Before we start the video, I'd like to shout out Logo.com for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome site where you can buy a bunch of in-game currency and items, including all your favorite Rocket League items. Also, make sure you use code DOLBOBS to get an easy 6% off your orders. Check out the site, there's a link in the description. But for now, enjoy the video. Yo, what's going on guys, DOLBOBS here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel, which is quite a strange video. It's quite out of the ordinary. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I feel like doing it nonetheless. So we'll try and make it quick. But basically today we're going to be looking at these Gripstride HX inverted wheels. Now you might be thinking, dude, these are old, why are we talking about these? But I was just using them, and then I thought, hey, you know what? These are quite interesting wheels when you think about it, because they are really, really nice. The inverted versions, the special edition, one of the first ever special edition wheels in the game, yet they're so cheap. You can actually pick up a pair of these titanium white ones, which you can't deny look amazing right here on my screen currently. You can pick these up for 6 keys, which is extremely cheap. To think back in the day when these first came out, titanium white ones were on par with white zombies. They cost the same amount of white zombies back then. Now, today we're going to be talking about why are they actually so cheap for a white wheel, because they're really nice, especially with the contrast, but just as a wheel in general, they're super cheap. Well, basically, one of the reasons is obviously the fact that it's the Rocket Pass. Now, this is also a tip for what items you want to invest in. Any items from the Rocket Pass are always going to be cheaper. Now, the reason they're going to be cheaper is, well, clearly because a lot of people have the Rocket Pass, so it's more likely to get them. Like, if you have a look, I've not played Rocket League that much, but I am level Rocket Pass 132, tier 132, and I barely do the challenges. I just play whenever I feel like playing. And already, you know, like tier 132, I've had the chance to get a bunch of painted items. Now, people who just play the game also have that chance if obviously they buy the Rocket Pass, and that's why these wheels go down in price as time goes on, because more people get them. So that's why Gripstride's definitely lost value. That's also why they were so expensive to begin with, because literally no one had them. But obviously that does play into account why they are so cheap. Obviously, because there's so many. However, we do have another reason. I think these wheels honestly could have been one of the best wheels in the game if they had just been in a crate. If Psyonix had thought, you know what, let's just put these darn wheels in a crate, and we'd make so much more profit, because there'd be so much more like keys involved in trading for these, that people would have to buy keys, because you know these wheels are just amazing. Now, one of the real reasons why they are so cheap, and it is unfortunate to say, and it's unfortunate to see why this hasn't been fixed. Like, it's clearly a distraction when you're playing. If you actually watch, look at the wheels on my car and tell me if you could play like this. How could you? Look how distracting. I know my boost right now is really distracting. I don't know why I have this boost equipped, but look at this. When you drive, they flash around like crazy. You literally get no chance to do anything that you want, because you're just too busy seeing these flash around on your screen. It's really not nice to look at, and that's one of the downfalls. These wheels look so nice when you're actually in the garage, in the menu screen, but they just look trash when you're actually driving them. It's really horrible to say, but they just do. Look at them. The tread is disgusting when you're driving around, and I feel like that's one of the main reasons why they're so cheap, just because of that. I don't understand why Psyonix haven't fixed it, because it would be nicer if this was fixed, because I understand that it's not technically a glitch, but it definitely doesn't look very nice, and you guys will probably agree it doesn't look nice and it's very off-putting. So maybe if when you were driving fast they just stayed solid white, because technically they're spinning around fast enough that your eyes would perceive them as just solid white, but they don't do that, and I don't know why they don't do that. It is kind of strange, and that's another reason why these things are so darn cheap, because they just don't work in game. They just seriously do not work, and I'd hate to have these on my car if I actually played with them. Luckily I don't. I was just testing them out for some car designs, but that really sums up Gripstride HX wheels. Look how much more beautiful this thing looks when you're in the garage. So much more beautiful than when you're on the pitch. Now obviously these things you guys probably knew, but if you didn't, then it's something we could probably do for a bunch of different items. If you want me to maybe make a video where we try and look at the history of an item and see why it's either really expensive or why it's really cheap. I think maybe I want to try it with why white zombies are so expensive, or why the white octane. Actually, the octane thing is kind of obvious. It's just because it's the most used car. But honestly, let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. Obviously, it's the first time I've made this sort of video, so if you do want me to do it again, I think I'd be able to do it a lot better than this one. But hopefully you guys now can see why Gripstride HXs definitely were a bad investment to begin with, and why they're so cheap, and it's unfortunate. So don't waste any too much on these wheels unless you're going to just be admiring them in the garage. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. It's unfortunate to see a wheel like this go to waste, but I'll see you in the next one guys. Goodbye.